Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, doing a lift from this week's Scrap Squad layout. And I apologize that I don't have the layout that I'm lifting. I kind of have a little drawing of it here. I consider this layout the original layout that they pulled from a Pinterest pin to be almost absolutely perfect. So I'm going to be very true to it, and I will post when I post links to this. I'll post both my completed layout and the layout that I'm lifting. One of the major points of this was that it has a vertical strand of twine, and there are hole reinforcers in holes punched at the top and the bottom. So I've already done that punching. I have done some black ink splatters, and I used a little Echo Park tiny fish stencil to do a little gold fish in the corner. Unlike the original, I'm not going to do a corner cluster here, a corner cluster here, and one here. There's just going to be one up here. So I put the fish here, and I kind of have an idea for something simple there. I'm going to be using these photographs that are not the best quality photographs, but the subject matter is even kind of the same as what was in the original. These are photos from a vacation at Myrtle Beach a couple years ago. Let me just go ahead and get these in the frame. I want as much of the bottom of this one to show as possible. I'm going to secure it with some washi tape if I can find it. And I was going to put some foam tape behind the frames, but then I thought I'd just go ahead and secure the photos to the back of the frame, and then I'll put the foam behind the photos. So kind of do that. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I do want it to be held down on at least 3 sides. So, okay, that's done. I'll do the foam back here, and that one's ready to go. This one's a little bit different. It fits into the frame kind of like that. I've got I've kind of gone through and pre-selected embellishments that I thought would work with this, and I'm not sure if I'll use them all, but we'll see as we go along. This is one that's very minimalist, especially for me, and I like lifting minimalist layouts because it kind of helps me control my urge to over embellish or oversize things. And so this kind of gives me I learn a lot from lifting, and Scrap Squad just has such wonderful lifts. They come out every Friday, and they're a Facebook group that you can just look up Scrap Squad, and it's 2 words on Facebook, and you can join and join in the fun. It's not about prizes or winning anything. It's about being inspired by the different people in the group's interpretations of the same layout. Okay, I've got the photos ready to go. Think that the next thing I want to do is put the hole reinforcers on the holes, And then I'm going to, I think in the original, the twine just kind of goes under the hole reinforcer. And my holes are close enough to the ends of the paper that I thought I might do something like a little, I'd wind it through, put it through the hole, and then have it come back through and kind of tie on like this. And I have no idea how much twine I need to use to do that, but I'm going to try it anyway. So, and I have this twine I buy on the big spools, and it comes undone. It's not a tightly woven twine, and that's okay. I usually undo it and kind of run my tweezers through it to make it into fringe. So there. Okay, now I want to have enough twine that I can have some movement. So I'm going to kind of do this, and I can always cut some off. I'll tie it through this end kind of loosely. And I can always curve it up under the photos or anything that's going on top. So let me fringe this guy too. So this twine is wonderful because I like to do the fringing, but believe me, if you don't want fringe, if you want it to stay together, a little dab of liquid glue is the way to accomplish that. So I'll kind of do this, and then I'll start placing things and seeing where we end up. I think in the original, the horizontal photo showed up first, and I don't know if it was at an angle or not. I'm going to, because it has to cross over that wire, I'm actually going to put some more foam tape to, raise it up higher than the twine. So let me do this, and therefore I didn't really need to waste that double-sided tape, the tape runner under it. Okay, so we'll go like this, and this can kind of still, the way I've done that, I can still pull things through. So this photo is going to go this way, and I'll do a piece of my foam tape. Where's the end of it? You would think that as big as this is, I could find that pretty easily. I cut that with my non-foam, non-sticker cutting scissors and shouldn't have done that. Okay, so this goes here. Gonna do this. And I thought I'd place these on to see how much of the space the photos take, so that I can see what embellishments I have room for. Okay, you might notice that on this frame I've got a pencil. That's not appropriate for the subject matter, and I'm going to change that. I've got a sticker that's going to go over it. I may as well do that now. I have several possibilities. I have this one that says #besties. I've got one on here that says happiness, and another one that says down by the sea, and then the ocean is calling. The ocean is calling is red, and I'm eliminating that because I don't really have a lot of red. I've put these kind of magenta hole reinforcers in there, so I'm going to go with the magenta pink kind of things. I like the besties because that's a group of that's my a couple granddaughters, and at the time step-granddaughters, and they were besties at the time. Life has happened and that's not the case anymore. I'm going to put one of these. In the original there was a little toucan look kind of peering off this end right here, looking, you know, down kind of into the sea. I want mine to be looking at the word besties, and I need the widest one to cover up that eraser. And I think that's just about gonna do it. I may find a small leaf or heart or something to put on there. So I'm kind of almost killing this particular sticker sheet. Okay, one of the main things I loved on the original was a pair of sunglasses up at the top. So I want to be sure that mine has that. And I'm going to put a couple dots because, again, it's kind of, it's going to have to go over that, over the twine. Okay. There we go. And again, I've placed it so that the twine can kind of move there. So I've got that. There is on the original a little banner. So the banner I have here is kind of large. Let me see if popping it up makes it better or worse. And if I curl it, it's much more crowded than on the original. And that's because I think my photos are a little bit larger. And those are the smallest frames I had, and I was determined this was going to be a quickie this morning. I think I'm going to have okay, maybe here. I'm trying to see. I know one of the banners that was there was it looked like it was made from vellum, and I really liked it. This vellum is about the color of the flamingo's feathers there. I think I like that, and but I'm gonna pair it with this one, I think. Have them both there and the flamingo on top. And then I have another one that can go like this. So we'll do it that way. Let me staple these together. And I'll cut them. Staple them at an angle like that. Let me turn another light on here. Yeah, there we go. A little bit better light all around. I can put that there. I'm actually going to kind of cut it. Flat. Let me put some adhesive, and I'll put it right there, and that allows me to put the flamingo here, and then I may dress that up some more, but that kind of brings a little bit of that pink color in. Let me see. Other notable elements in the original, there was a paper clip, and I think the paper clip was a little pineapple. So I have this flower. I think I have some pineapples somewhere. I have this flower, and I thought I might layer a pineapple behind it under the photograph, just barely sticking out. And then I'll do this banner kind of that way. And this one instead, well, I will pop it up actually, I think. And I'm using the polka dotted side instead of the diagonal stripe side, and that's unusual for me. I usually, diagonal stripes somehow make me feel all right with the world. Okay, so let's do this. I want to get it right up next to, and I can accomplish that with glue. Make sure that this twine is right along the, there we go. Okay, I can glue it down with the pineapple. And next thing I want to do, there's a tiny camera in the original, and I thought I'd glue that. I have a little wooden camera, and I don't have room to put it separate from the banner, but it can go on, and actually I'll layer it kind of partly on the banner and partly on the frame. I'll do it that way, and then I may dress that up with something else later. Okay, I've got this tropical leaf that I thought I might put down in here. I love these stickers. These are Paper Studio's version of the Crepe Paper Wild at Heart collection that I absolutely fell in love with last summer, and was kind of the paper that I figured I would always want to have on hand, and I've used it a lot. Let me see, I don't want that Wild at Heart there. Let me hold off on that for a minute. One of the features was a pink. It kind of brought in a pink color. There was like a little tab that stuck out from one end. I think it was over on this side, and I may do it here, and I can add some embellishments to that later, and I can see if my Wild at Heart maybe makes sense once I've got this pink down over on this side. I've got these kind of beachy sorts of embellishments. I like this happiness, and I thought I'd see if it worked around in here, and I think it's too much. I'm going to leave these out. There's a tiny little sailboat here, but there are no sailboats in the photo. So again, I'm going to put that off to the side. I'm done with the little birds. I have room for some tiny, I'm going to use them almost like sequins, little tiny wood stars. They're wood confetti meant to go in a shaker, and I like using them just individually as splatters almost on a page. And I'll do them down here among the black splatters, and I'll do a couple to give something within the sight line of the flamingo there. Not that that's a a real design consideration, but I kind of think it's cute. Let me do one right here. My big thing that I liked from the original was it was a vertical line and there was lots of white space on the side. So I've already kind of used up some of that white space. Let me do this lime green heart and a bright blue heart. I always do my little overlapping hearts, and I thought this lime green kind of brings in the lime green of that flag, and to me lime green is the world's happiest color. So I like tying that in, and the blue just repeats the beautiful blue of the sky in the upper photo. I think that those are all the little hearts I'm going to do. I'm going to add a few other little jewels. These are little fuzzy half circles here, and I'm just going to kind of sprinkle those around, just 3 of them I think, and they'll be towards the bottom. I wanted the bottom to be where all of the decorations are, because it kind of looks like this is the sky, this is the water or the ground. This sequin collection is called Jaded Hearts, and it's a Spiegel Mom Scraps mix. And I love when I too often pull it when I've really got an aqua blue that I'm trying to match it with, but this time I'm going for this kind of watery green, and it's really a beautiful color. Okay, again, I probably will just use 3. There's some little pink flowers in there, and if I had more patience, I would dig those out and put them here, although I kind of like that I've kept it to watery colors. I have some little tiny clear hearts. I'm going to kind of put those, sprinkle those around. Do that. Kind of, if I'm happy with the sprinkling location of one element, I'll usually sprinkle others in some proximity to them so that I get an even sprinkling, if you will. Okay, I think that's it. Well, actually, no, it isn't. I have these bluer jewels. Let me kind of, it's just another element of bling. These are little rhinestones, and they have a whole different shine from anything else I've put on here. So that's 1, 2, let's go with 3 right here. Okay, so this is finished. It was a simple page to do. It's gorgeous. The original was gorgeous. I hope mine is gorgeous. But I love how it came together, and it allowed me to do a couple pictures from the same vacation that just kind of brings back the memories of how beautiful the sky was in the daytime and at night. So, hope you enjoyed it. Scrappy Kathy out. Bye.